Hi, welcome to South Valley Regional Airport. This is the home of the 1st to 11th Attack Reconnaissance Battalion of the Utah Army National Guard. Behind me is the AH-64D Apache longbow attack helicopter. It's a primary attack helicopter for the United States military and the primary attack platform for the United States Army. We're going to talk a little bit about the capabilities of the aircraft, some of the parts and pieces and features of the aircraft that make it such a lethal platform on today's battlefield, and hopefully our viewers and readers can get a little more appreciation for this piece of equipment. Right, on the nose of the aircraft we have our primary visual system on the aircraft. The top piece here is called the PEMVIS, or the Pilot Night Vision System. It's a primarily FLIR-based system, or forward-looking infrared. The modern PEMVIS also has what we call the I-squared, which allows a pilot to see some forms of visual light, as well as the composite video from the FLIR. This is a sensor only, which means it's a primary night vision device for the pilot crew station of the aircraft. It has a faster slew rate, not used for targeting, but only used for flying the aircraft. What it does is take that flare image and it pops it into our heads-up display for the pilot flying in the pilot crew station. And it's basically like pulling your eyeball out, sticking it 11 feet in front of you on the nose of the aircraft, and that's a primary night vision system for the pilot. Below that is the TADS, or the Target Acquisition and Designation Site. Serves two purposes. It is a sensor for the co-pilot gunner, performs in the same manner, but it's also the primary site for the aircraft as well. Both day TV and FLIR, it can identify targets out to 6 to 8 kilometers. Also has an integrated laser that we use for designation and targeting. All right, beside me is the M230 chain gun. It's a primary cannon or area weapon system on the aircraft. It's a 30mm cannon, chain driven, like I mentioned. It has a rate of fire of approximately 625 rounds per minute, firing 30mm either training or high explosive rounds. The point detonating high explosive rounds have a burst radius of approximately 4 meters. This gun, the question we all ask all the time is whether it does or not actually fall the pilot's head, and it absolutely does. So the cannon can be extremely accurate. It ranges out to approximately 2 kilometers. Again, it's an area weapon system, but it's extremely accurate, and this weapon system right here has proved extremely effective in the global war on terror, and that's probably led to the death of more insurgents than almost any other weapon on the battlefield. Beside me on the outboard pylon here we have a rocket pod. These fire 19 2.75-inch folding fin aerial rockets. We have multiple zones within each rocket pod that can fire up to 3 different types of rockets that are selectable within the crew station. We use a number of different types of rockets on the battlefield. We have point detonating high explosive rockets, both for training and the actual HE rockets. We have some different types of illumination rockets, both covert and overt illumination that we can use, as well as flechette rockets. Flechette rockets are a rocket that actually contains approximately 1,100 small nails that can open at a programmable range and cover the battlefield that way. The last rocket type is our newest type of rocket that we're firing, which is called the APKWS, or Advanced Precision Kill Weapon System, and that is a laser-guided rocket. Still 2.75-inch folding fin, but it is guided by the laser designator on the aircraft, same as the Hellfire missile system is. So, old technology and unguided rockets, but still one of the funnest weapon systems in the aircraft to fire. On the inboard pylon here, we have our Hellfire missile launcher. This is the actual primary weapon system on the aircraft. Developed as an anti-armor system, but developed for multiple uses now. We fired the AGM-114 Hellfire in multiple configurations or types of missiles. Currently, the 2 primary missiles we would fire would be either the Lima missile, which is a radar-guided missile. That would be a kind of an anti-armor missile, and then the newest missile that we have, which is the Romeo model missile. That missile can do a variety of functions, including anti-armor, has a blast fragmentation mode as well as a thermobaric mode. The new Romeo missile, won't get into a lot of the details on it, but it's a primary missile that's used in our combat zones right now, and has upgraded capabilities from the legacy Hellfire missiles. Again, primary weapon system we use, semi-active laser designation, and that can be fired out to approximately 8 kilometers from the aircraft. The next thing we want to talk about on the aircraft is the manned-unmanned teaming, or MUM-T capabilities we've recently added to the longbow, as well as to the new Echo model Guardian. The MUM-T system consists of 2 main antennas on the aircraft. Above the rotor system, in place of where the fire control radar would sit, is what we call the UR, the upper receiver. That's a receive antenna
multi-band antenna, allows us to receive video feeds from any other players on the battlefield.
The second piece is the air-to-ground antenna, or AAG. This is our ability to transmit metadata and video downlink between other Apaches. So we can coordinate and see our video coming from the TADs of our wingman or other aircraft within the flight. It also gives us some other situational awareness as to what position of our wingman and things of that nature. So between these two devices, we can both view, relay, and transmit video downlink information for our targeting systems. Allows both the commanders on the ground, our wingman, other air players, as well as the crew themselves to gain and transmit situational awareness. So a great, you say, force multiplier on the battlefield, and makes